No one teaches you how to handle that pressure. And one day they love you, you'll get mad at the match, and then the next day
Hy's klaar.
and he's finished.
Daar is getel, ja.
2 World Cups, 1 bronze, 2 gold medals, 88 test matches, attended UCT.
I didn't attend UCT, I just played rugby for them.
If it says on the rugby CV, UCT, you claim it.
Yes. Without the papers. It's
No papers. Ruckus, I'm checking on my Festina watch.
TikTok.
It is 6 o'clock Thursday and welcome. Okay. Exciting times. Springbok season is here. Behind the Ruck episode 102 is here. And this proud show is supported by Supersport. Bet okay, guys. Episode 102. These two opening batsmen still not out. Okay. The wicket is flat. We are betting for days. Test match cricket. I'm joking, guys. This is a rugby podcast. This is a rugby show by 2 former rugby players. I'm the short guy. Oh, I am the round guy. I am Rudy Page. Next to me, I've got my buddy.
It's the man in the middle, Juan de Jong in the house. Hey, partner, 102. We're moving.
It's quick party, but 102. I am so excited, partner. It is that time of the year when people are wearing green and gold again.
Yes.
It's Boks Fridays are back.
I can feel it.
Rassie has made his team announcement.
Yes,
As lekker.
Ons moet chat, okay?
Exciting
green
times.
Forever gold, eh?
Ek weet nie waar eintlik van nakom, maar ons moet nou believe in hom. Forever green, forever gold.
Here we go. Yeah, we gotta keep busy, otherwise the skinfuls will catch on, okay?
No, I'm fat. I'm fat.
Hey.
Because it is what it is. I've realized after eating, if you eat too much food and you don't move significant, Engels!
Six-pack.
If you don't
Not
move
six-pack.
significantly enough, you will get around the waist. But I am happy, and that's the most important part.
Oh, happy indeed, yeah. Significant. Six-pack.
Yeah, not six-pack. Not for this one.
Just checking, yeah. But partner, we're keeping busy, a lot going on, eh?
Yes.
We got a couple of things coming up. Obviously, Springbok season is here. We got a pre-show coming up this Saturday, and we'll be at the game as well.
No, it's a big thing, Sparry. Very blessed that we get to work this upcoming weekend, Ruckers, for Supersport as part of the build-up. So, very cool.
A lot going on, yeah. So we'll have our own pre-show. That is on Saturday, 3:30 till 4 o'clock. And we'll also have the fan frenzy on Wednesday at 7 o'clock. But then also another one, hey? On Sunday, the Sunday's results review. A lot going on there as well. We're spoiling the Ruckers. Hey?
Yeah, every Sunday from now on, Parry, until the last game against Georgia, Ruckers, 7 o'clock, Sunday evenings. And what makes this results review so cool, partner, is that we can see your comments, we can discuss your opinion. So it's an interactive show, okay? Interactive show. Sunday night, 7 o'clock, no more carte blanche. It's Behind the Ruck review,
100%,
results review show.
Doesn't matter where they stay. Stellenbosch, Menenberg, doesn't matter. Afrikaans, English, Xhosa. Okay, we're there for you. Right? All the time, yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, 102. Let's get going. Okay, what to expect on Behind the Ruck, guys? Hey, Springbok season is here. Okay, it's green and gold season. Forever green, forever gold. So we'll cover that at the start of this episode, okay, guys? Because we're playing against the black sheep. Have you any wool? Okay, then the big deal. The big man, our own missile all the way from Milnerton is in the studio, okay? Damian de Allende coming in, chitty chat, and we'll cover that as well. And then our fixtures, BNI, the boys in Australia, Optus Park, we'll cover that as well. Because don't cry for me, they knew about Argentina. Cracking episode, hey?
Exciting, but I want to know if you had a chat to the Springboks marketing manager, because you're throwing forever green, forever gold in there with no context.
Proud.
Okay.
Proud, okay.
Do you like the new Springbok training kit?
100%. Love the new jersey, hey?
I'm asking about the training kit.
Yes, love it.
You love that feel then?
Maybe the pick and pay can change a little
bit.
And the
yellow?
I love it.
You love the yellow?
I love it. I love the training kit. I love the new jersey as well. Okay, no more collars, so they're tightening it up a little bit. They've got the 4 stars in the back of the jersey as well. You know, F&B loud and proud as well. So I like it. I'm excited for what's happening this Saturday, kicking off, and then is Italy, and then is Georgia. Cracking season coming up.
Ruckus, I hope my partner is not just going to say, I like it throughout this episode, because this show is about opinion. I don't like the yellow. The yellow is bietjie
is bright. Gold.
I don't know if it's gold, maar dit is van kop tot toon.
Het lijkt van mij een beetje gold.
Lijkt my
Yeah. No, we're not used to it.
But the new jersey. Love it.
Home and away.
Beautiful. Beautiful, eh?
Gorgeous.
It looks like back-to-back World Cup champions.
Back-to-back. Hey, The collar is nice. I like the collar. I don't like this protocol, principle,
Suit and tie.
Collar and tie. I mean, I love the new jersey. Even the new jersey, the old school version coming out as well. It's been 30 years with Springbok Rugby, 1995 when things have changed for us. So the kit is looking magnificent for me.
And talking about 30 years, Raka, so every week from now on, because SuperSport is celebrating 30 years of Springbok Rugby since winning it the first time, we will be discussing one position every week for the dream team over the past 30 years. So you get to vote on SuperSport's website and all their links and everything.
Yeah, we'll send it.
There will be nominees, but we will be discussing the nominees amongst the two of us and then select our one.
Yes.
But the fans obviously get to select who actually is part of that dream team.
The main man, okay? And while we're on Forever Green, Forever Gold, okay,
That's not
protocol again. Okay, guys, looking at this fixture this weekend, it's the Springboks versus the Barbars, and that's 5:10 on Saturday at the DHL Stadium. Hey, expecting a sellout. It's going to be a little bit of Sinatla. Siabelo Sinatla.
Bikin natara.
Okay, wet and greasy. But it's an exciting game. The Springbok team is out. I mean, there's a couple of guys is making their debuts in certain way. I know it's not official test yet, but I mean, guys are getting opportunities like Sanati.
Yes, Sanati. Well done. Congratulations, young man.
Okay. Hopefully
Awesome.
He understands Afrikaans because maak hom klein. You'll understand it. But Morne van der Merwe was getting his opportunity. Good to see Shasha Vanberg and Gomazulu. I mean, Mani Lebok is on the bench. A couple of good guys. I'm excited to see what the newcomers will do.
Now, look, Dr. Rasipar has got that as like a wine. He's got the blend spot on. Where he's introducing new young players with the old heads like Damian de Allende, Jesse Kriel, Sia Kulisi.
Yeah, the old
still
boys.
there. Malcolm Marx, Duke. I like the team a lot, Boykie. I like the fact that Krappie, Morne van der Berg gets to start in this game, a Barbarians fixture at home in South Africa. Hopefully the conditions will be a bit better come Saturday.
Yeah.
Obviously predictions for the week is Sanatla. But he's got all the skill attributes to become a really good nine for South Africa.
Yeah.
Obviously Grant Williams-Rackers, I believe, is not 100% up for selection yet. Because I thought he would have gotten a bit of game time after his injury.
The feeling on that, obviously he's a bit injured, but Jaden Hendriksen, I haven't asked you about that, and you kind of liked him, and I mean Rashi kind of with the man sitting, Rashi backed him in a way, and
look, buddy, him and his brothers, if you want to call it drop, it's probably something I think not a lot of people saw coming.
Yeah, I was shocked as well. Hopefully it's injury. Hopefully it is the calf, because I mean Peter Steve the Tour has got the injury as well. We'll have to. Is it drop or is it injury?
Look, I'm going to speak completely under correction here, Raka. So please take my thing with a pinch of salt. But I believe it's drop because I didn't read anything anywhere that they are injured. They obviously played that semi-final against the Bulls. So that is how I understand it currently sitting here.
Yeah, 100%.
Are you diagnosing them with injury? Okay.
No, I'm just asking these questions because I haven't heard anything as well, yeah. But it's good to see the lineup as well. I mean, we've got this pen on this paper, but there's a Port Loot there as well. Okay, It's been 2 years. This Port Loot finally is getting his name written in a bit of a Port Loot there. But it's good to see him back. I mean, he's like your even Etzebeth, your Stores, your momentum guy trying to get the forwards up and running. I mean, he's calling the lineouts. He's a leader in there as well. And also a guy that can make a difference when it comes to 2027. So it's good to see him back. He's been playing fantastic rugby before that. But yeah, I love the lineup because they're playing against a tough outfit. A tough outfit indeed.
Look, it's a very historical game, Parry. The fact that the Barbars are playing in South Africa, not at Twickenham or at Wembley. So very cool that they are playing in South Africa against the Springboks. Look, I'm excited to see the loose trio of the Barbars. Having Sam Kane, Senan Fraziel, having Hoskins Tutu and Peter Mahoney. They're up for selection. So they got experience plus ability in those. Having Tawira Kabalo at 9, who's obviously moving on now to Stade Francais from La Rochelle. Then you got the likes of
Mark
Talia, okay? Energizer Bunny. I'm here, I'm there, I'm gone. Mark Talia in the mix. Lester Fangyanuka. Okay, who's going back to the Crusaders next year.
Another Jonah Lomo as well.
So they are loaded with ability. And the thing for me is it's a big East backline, which is completely different to URC. Lester Fangyanuka is going to be a different challenge. Joe Marsan that plays for Stade Francais, the former English player, different challenge. Mark Talia, different challenge. But what will the set piece look like? Will they be nice and choreographed? gechoreografeerd?
dancing
Choreographed.
moves.
There's the word.
5,
Are they
6,
choreographed?
7, 8.
Are they in sync? Will the Boks fall into the trap of playing Baba's rugby, even though Tony Brown and Coach Rassis come out to say it publicly that it's a test match for them?
Tested like a test match, yeah. I mean, there's a couple of players. There's Ricky Riccatelli. Yeah, so he's physical as well. So the forwards will also be tested in some sort of way. But like we said, it's going to be Sinatla this weekend. So it's going to be wet and greasy. Will we see the running rugby? Yes, they will force it. The Springboks will obviously start testing the DNA. Even though there's a young couple of guys coming in, but you also got, if you look at the wingers, the back three, the centers, as dogs that's seen the movie before. But it's going to be an interesting game. I'm looking forward to this one. Just seeing what the Barbas can bring. I mean, being part of the Barbas a couple of years ago, it's just a nice little week for them. You know, it's a brotherhood, it's a culture, it's a vibe they're trying to create, and they're going to enjoy it. They're sitting in Camps Bay, Capris,
Nice.
watching the sunrise and sunset.
Quick question. I haven't had the privilege to play for the Barbas for you, but for you that have played for it, the fact that you don't have that pressure on you, does that make you to allow you to play better?
100%.
Or not?
100%. Yes, you're having fun. I mean, for the first 3 to 4 days, they don't even think about rugby. I mean, when I used to play there as well, the first couple of sessions, you're playing with the ball, soccer ball, you're playing around, mocking around, you know, talking about the moves, you know, walking in the park and training in the park. And it's very relaxed environment. And it also depends on who you play. So I had the opportunity to play against Australia. Sometimes you play against Samoa and Fiji and these types of boys. And it's a different type of mindset and preparation. But I promise you now, there's Barbas teams looking at the people they've picked. They want to make a statement. And a lot of these guys, you know, Sam Kane, like tag with Peter saying he's a washed up Richie McCaw. You know, now I have to work together as well.
That beer, that first beer must have been something nice together.
Interesting conversation, yeah. But I mean, if you have guys like Mark Delia, Leicester, there's an experienced campaigner. I mean, Marchant as well, coming off from England. And I'm so happy to have a couple of, actually one South African in there, Ruben van Heerden. My bounce player of the season.
Okay.
Unseen work.
Okay.
Workhorse.
Yes.
Okay. A coach's machine. Hey? But it's lekker to see him involved here, getting his opportunity. It's almost like a start to him in terms of, hey, Rassie, why does the Baba speak to me? Am I opportunity? I know we've got Lot and Franco Mostert and Eben Etzebeth and all these guys, but it's good to see he gets recognition for the work he's done.
Then a follow-up question to your statement.
Yes,
so do you believe Ruben should be in the Springbok mix then?
100% opportunity. I mean, he's tested. If you look at the guys there at the moment, you know, Eben is going on the older side. You have Luat that's on the older side. Franco that's on the older side. I mean, Ruben is only like 25, 26. So you can work with him. But I'm talking about opportunity to see what the future holds, especially when you look at 2028, our concern. So for me personally, I think that he is maybe someone you can look at. But if Rassie has other plans, Rassie knows what he's doing at the time, eh?
Ja, maar je jezelf mooi gecoverd dan, hè? Give a statement retract with a subject sealed.
Yeah,
okay?
Beautiful. I must say he's been incredible in a URC season, so it's going to be a lekker game to see what he does and also what the Barbas does. And we'll have front row seats.
Yeah, look, brilliant, exciting game, and I believe hopefully it's a high-scoring game. Hopefully there's a lot of tries out there that we can have a fun day out in Cape Town. And I'm excited to see Tony Brown's evolution of the Springbok
attack.
Test
match.
But the evolution of our tech.
Yes.
What will our tech look like now coming from last year? Having a 9 that runs a little bit more. Having 4 guys instead of 3 sometimes of 9. So the evolution of Tony Brown's attack, what would that look like going forward into the World Cup? That for me is very exciting, Ruckus. Come on.
Yeah.
Come on.
And you're not going to look nervous next to me on the field, okay? No, it's about time I bring you back to DHL Stadium. I took you there, okay?
Heb je gespeeld op die iets?
No, I took you there experience, okay? Bright Rock experience.
Okay.
So ja, gedraaf je daar.
Yeah, that's got fun it. Got fun it.
Celebrations indeed, yeah. But yeah, like an episode, but I can't wait to get to the big man.
Let's go.
It's the big man, the man in the middle, the center of attention. Up next, Damian de Allende.
Come on.
Ooh, Ruckus. Okay, we're in the center of attention. And you've heard about the Mamas with the missile. But now we've got the Mulliton missile in the house. A double rugby cup winner in the building. The one and only Damian de Allende. Hey, Ruckus, lucky indeed. Hey, blessed.
Thanks for having
how
me.
we doing? Are we good?
Yeah, feeling good. bit tired and stiff from training.
Yes.
But other than that, I'm feeling very strong and healthy at the moment.
Yes, Rakus, he's feeling good, okay? Don't worry about stuff, okay? He's not getting too old, eh?
Rakus, I'm going to be completely honest. The way I know Damian de Allende, there would be a certain level of complaining with that stiffness.
Yes,
but
yeah.
not on the show today, okay?
Complaining, Mary.
Yeah, sorry. We've all been through it. We've all complained a lot in our lives. I don't think I'll ever stop complaining. But I think that's just human nature.
It's part of life, man. We just go with it.
But yeah, don't complain as much, but still complain.
I struggle, dude. Like, I struggle to stop it. Like,
And I must just listen to the struggle.
and I'm going completely, this wasn't the prep of our conversation with you, but I'm going to, like someone had a chat with me the other day, party, and they like, every time you say a complaint, you take away from how you can capitalize your potential. And, and I'm like, but I'm not going to feel better about myself if I don't get it off my chest. You understand,
Off your
Doogie?
chest.
If I get it off my chest.
And you got a big chest.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, sometimes we keep it in and we overthink and it maybe irritates us a bit more. So maybe, all right, maybe it is good to complain a bit more to get it off the chest.
Yeah,
It's easy, man.
You're maturing indeed, yeah. Dude, back in Cape Town, is it? Huh? And you said, okay, best country, best place in the world, Cape Town. Good to be back.
By far, yeah. Flip it's, yeah. Like I said in the interview last week, I always get like butterflies and I get that excited feeling like a little child going to do something exciting. And I know it is home for me. I've grown up here and I've done everything in Cape Town. But yeah, obviously I play rugby abroad now at the moment, but Cape Town for me will always be home. For me, I know, and I said it in the interview as well, I know I'm from Cape Town, so it's very biased, but Cape Town is by far the most beautiful country in the world.
And Rakus, there was a comment as well, okay? After that, he said, we would love to make a circle of life. Hakuna Matata. Back to the Stormers in 2 years after. How long have you been, obviously in Japan, how long are you still there? 2 or 3 more years?
I got 2 more years left in Japan. I've been there for 3 years now. And it's been incredible. I'm enjoying my rugby there. I've learned a lot, which is why we play rugby. We want to learn and carry on progressing and getting better as you get older. But I got 2 more years left there. But yeah, if my body feels good and I feel like I can still put in the work and put in the effort and make the guys around me better, I would love to try and finish up in Cape Town. And, from where it all started, to go full circle, like you just said. So, yeah, but I'll take it year for year.
Yeah,
and,
especially this age.
I won't look too far ahead, and we'll just take it as it comes.
Yeah, we're super excited. I mean, I had the opportunity. I was 4 years in England as well, and then I came back for 2.5 or 3 years as well. It's just a lack of feeling, man. Especially if you leave the place on a good foot and you just want to come back and just enjoy that memories.
Just spinning the works. Spinning the works.
What is spin as well?
Okay.
What mechanic is this?
A recent past is showcased that a lot of past Stormers guys make their return to Pretoria. That's all I'm saying.
Name and shame. Andre,
no, Polly is a bull. Put on your seatbelt.
Okay, but
Put on your
seatbelt. He's a
okay?
Pepe's boy, okay?
But if you look at Nemo, Gio Aplon, Dwayne Vermeulen, I'm just saying there's a trend and I will not be upset.
Hey, let's not go there.
But Duxie, on a serious note, when do you get that feeling of this is home? Is it once the plane has landed in Cape Town International Airport? When do you get the smile? Or is it through customs?
I think I get the smile when the flights are booked and I know I'm coming home. And it's always nice, especially when I don't know what side it is from, but when you fly in and you land in to Cape Town International Airport and you can see Table Mountain on the right-hand side, then it's just like, get me off this plane, I'm ready to.
And is it nice if it's business class?
No seatbelt.
I'm just asking these questions, eh?
No, sometimes it's not as nice because you're sitting in the middle and you can't see anything.
Okay. Duxie, URC, have you played a little bit? You obviously Super Rugby days.
Yeah, I played a little bit when I was at Munster.
Oh, yeah.
Which was nice. I loved it. I think for me, I loved it a lot because I got a chance to come back to South Africa. Obviously, it was Pretoria and Joburg because you only played the Lions and the Bulls at the time in South Africa, but for me it was very exciting to come back to South Africa. But that was a lovely challenge at Munster as well. But yeah, the UFC is, just because we're on the topic now, but I think the competition has grown immensely. I think the players from South Africa have grown immensely, and I can just see the competition getting better as well.
And sitting in Japan, is there any way that you watch still South African rugby while you're that side?
Yeah, I'll try and stream on SuperSport. It's actually quite nice, especially when the Bulls and the Lions have home games, because I always want to kick off at 1 p.m. and 3 o'clock, 3 p.m. because I want to use the altitude and the heat at their advantage. I think if the Bulls kick off at 1 o'clock, then it's only 8 o'clock at night in Japan, which isn't too bad. We are 7 hours ahead there, which sometimes is quite difficult with communication with family and stuff. But to watch the rugby, it's quite nice.
And other rugby as well, like Super Rugby as well. And because I'm asking you these questions because this past couple of weeks, we love Super Rugby. And we're in the Super Rugby era and we speak a lot about Super Rugby. But I mean, you got guys like Michael Hooper, Israel Dek speaking about the old days. And that was days, man. I mean, sellout crowds. Sure, some good times. And I mean, the traveling and stuff was all good. Your differences when it comes to Super Rugby, your experience there, your URC experience, your other experience in Japan. Where does it fit?
I think obviously you and I played together a lot in Super Rugby, which was flipping incredible. But I think the game compared to the URC was a lot faster. I think the URC in Europe is more technical and more skills based. I'm not saying the Kiwi teams and Aussie teams didn't have skills, but it's more like a technical thing. Where I think in Super Rugby it was more like free flowing and
off the cuff.
And off the cuff, yeah. And but yeah, I think it's always gonna be challenging looking back and thinking of the good times in Super Rugby. But to see the progress of the South African teams that they've made in the URC, I think it's been incredible. Obviously, the whole challenge was with the time difference in traveling and everything like that. And I also think we left Super Rugby on a bad note because when we leave, we got kicked out, unfortunately.
COVID, let's blame COVID.
Yeah. So yeah, I think maybe it all happened for a good reason. I believe it has. I know the Stormers have won the URC once, which has been incredible.
Say it again, yeah.
The DHL Stormers.
Yeah, the DHL Stormers, yeah.
But it's heartbreaking for the Vodacom Bulls, but for them to be in 3 finals in 4 years, it's also incredible, which is a very positive for the URC and for South African rugby.
And then Duxie, you left Munster, you went to Panasonic.
Yeah.
Life in Japan. How have Damian de Allende found it? What has been your best parts? What is life like on the field, off the field, at Panasonic?
Look, on the field, I've learned a lot. The coach of the Barbarians this weekend is Robbie Deans, and he coaches us at Panasonic. And our tech coach is full Japanese, but I think he's one of the most brilliant attacking coaches I've ever worked with. The way he's spaced, the way he wants us to identify the space and use the space, whether that's passing or kicking the ball. He's just improved my game so much from understanding that I don't have to carry the ball the whole time. I can always also be the one creating the space. And that's the biggest thing I've learned in Japan. And obviously coming back to South Africa and picking up a few tips from Tony Brown as well. He's also coached in Japan, and he coached at Panasonic a bit. So that worked very nicely. So yeah, I've got a better feel for the game in terms of when to move the ball and when not to move the ball. So I think in my younger days I was more tending on to just carrying the ball and focusing on carrying. When now I'm also focused on carrying, but also looking to make a pass. So, yeah, I've learned how to move the ball, which is the most important thing in rugby.
And it's a gorgeous pass.
Beauty. Huh?
It's a
pass that any center's jealous of. I'm one of those centers.
I'm going to be honest, nines also. Huh? It's a ruckus, it's a gorgeous pass. That ball moves like this.
And it doesn't go up and down. It's
almost like Peter Stringer.
Yeah.
It does actually. It does go like Peter Stringer's one like that. Beautiful ruckus, I promise you.
Yeah.
And then off-field, Duxie.
Yeah,
I spent a bit of time there and it was challenging for me a little bit when it comes to the food, but you've been there way longer. What has it been like off-field?
So off-field is, obviously I've been there for 3 years now, like I said, but I think off-field for me now is incredible. I think I've learned to enjoy the Japanese food and the Japanese culture. Obviously it's a shock to the system, to the mindset, and I think the biggest shock for me in Japan
Yeah.
is they have rules where in South Africa you get away with
Yeah.
it. And, but yeah, in Japan everything works. They have rules, but it works, and everyone's very respectful of your own personal space. And but yeah, like I said, I've enjoyed the Japanese culture itself. I don't know how to speak great Japanese at all.
Is it?
Yeah.
I can order a few beers, which is quite
Nice.
important. But yeah, the food, I love the food. At our club, at Panasonic Wild Nights, because it's mostly Japanese players, we have mostly Japanese food, probably 90% of the time, which is very nice. And I've learned to enjoy like noodles, ramen and soba noodles and udon, which has been very nice. And
Do you eat that stuff
Ramen,
that
what?
they mix it, but it's got a very bad smell, Dooksy?
yeah, I think it's the nut.
Smell like what?
Yes, there's
Yeah.
the name.
What?
Do you, het ruikt
Yeah.
soos
Poop.
Yes.
Yeah, they say
There's no better way to explain it, actually.
yeah, it doesn't smell great at all. Even if someone's eaten it next to you, you don't.
So how do you eat it? Like
No, I think I've had it once. Then I don't think I'll have it again. But they say it's very good for your gut health and stuff like that.
Because it was
they-
always at breakfast.
yeah, they have it for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Maybe even a snack in between. Who knows? I don't know.
And do you see the most motivational factor for you to make that move to Japan? I mean, you said now you play for Panasonic. Ruckus is not to charge his batteries, okay? or was it sabbatical? Was it the food? Was it the type of rugby?
Look, I went there after the 2019 World Cup. I went there for one season, and I really enjoyed it. And I went from there to Munster. I think for me, I really enjoyed it because of the speed of the game.
Yeah.
And it reminded me a bit of Super Rugby. For me, I think it's a bit faster than Super Rugby. And since I've been there, like over these past 3 years now, constantly the league's getting better, it's getting tougher.
Yeah, yeah.
There are a lot of islanders, and
Hey, that's-
you guys know the islanders come on the field.
The
and-
squadzillas and
yeah, there's some scary looking people there in terms of size. But it's just made the league a lot more competitive. So I don't think any of us that are playing in Japan from South Africa have fallen short in terms of getting the proper contact and stuff. I think it's actually benefited us in terms of probably being a bit more fitter on the field and a bit more slimmer because the game is quite fast. And you can see all of us that are coming back from Japan, not to say we look younger, but
Yeah.
we don't look as tired
Yeah.
and as drained out as some of the other players do when they're playing all the games in ULC and the Champions Cup and stuff. So
And looking at a training day, Dooksy, what do your schedule look like at Panasonic? Is it full days, half days? How do you guys train? Is it a lot of running, a lot of off-field conditioning? How does the Japanese team schedule their training to play that fast-paced type of rugby?
So we obviously don't do pre-season because we only get there
what a
in
dream.
late December.
Yeah.
Again, so.
how many months off?
What a
4,
dream.
5.
No, there's actually no. The players get about 3 months off after the season that are based in Japan, that live in Japan full time. But yeah, our training is pretty much standard, which is quite similar to the way we've always trained. They just try and make the training blocks not longer but more boring play to get that fatigueness and trying to execute under fatigue. But yeah, besides that, it's the way we are coached and the way we move the ball at our club that I really enjoyed so much, and that's where I can see I've become a better player.
And what type of center are you? Because obviously, if you look at your skill, your passing, your attacking type of fly, but you also the physical type of work. The ball carries, the tackling and stuff as well. And we spoke about the Tony ball. It's a flair type of things. When with Paul Finney as well, when in the Stormers days, what massive influence are you in you or in your career? And also, what type of player do you see yourself? Is it physical? Is it the skillful? Zoe type of thing?
I don't know.
Huh? You just
I
go with
don't
the
know.
flow.
I'll just go with the flow. I just know that because rugby is a physical sport, so that is dominant base sport. So I just know that you can be the most creative player on the pitch. But if you don't have that heart in you, sometimes you just get over that advantage. So
Yeah.
to sacrifice yourself for the rest of the team, to put that offload away or trying to force it offload or the cool pass or the cool kick, whatever. You have to put it away sometimes and just dig deep and stick your head in there. And
But what part excites you? Is it when the coach says, listen here, put it up on the line out? Or is it when the coach says, listen here, out the back 13, take it wide, use your skill over the top pass?
I think a bit of both, bit of everything. I do enjoy the contact sometimes. I think because rugby is a contact sport.
Looks like it does,
especially in that level,
And I think I enjoy. I don't know. It's quite hard to say that. I don't think there's anyone that plays a sport just to say I'm just gonna carry the whole time and run through you. So I think rugby's developed in that sense. Hopefully, because I know in the past sometimes we were coached to just carry the ball and not look to pass and offload. So that's what the coach wanted, but we've progressed under Rassie and under Tony Brown, and you can see from just this past season we had last year in 2024, not just myself moving the ball, but especially the forwards moving the ball and knowing when to and how to move the ball. And I think we'll improve this year again and then just carry on getting better and get better next year. And make sure that we are levels above everyone else before the next World Cup.
Can I ask you both a question?
Hey,
as centers.
Okay,
Because listening to Dukes, and how he said when he was younger that he was carrying a lot the ball a lot into contact a little bit more. How difficult is it as a center to change to maybe you get a coach that Robbie Deans, who is a bit more attacking. He wants the ball to move. You get maybe like at the Bulls, a Frans Ludekan, then wants a crash ball carrying center. Is it difficult for you guys as centers to adapt to that, or is it quite easy and seamlessly to do that transition?
It's for me personally, it's quite you have to adapt. Because even if you play 12 or 13, it's two different roles.
Yeah.
13, you're out wide, you got a different role. You're more defensive type of leader, trying to find space or trying to get to that line break and stuff. Where at 12, you need to create more. You need to be in that opposition where you catch the ball, putting guys into space. Okay, and they don't find the space as well. But it is adjustment for me personally, especially if you don't have the size if you do move to 12 and you don't have the size to get the momentum, to find ways to get that momentum. So I had to use my footwork, I had to use my handoff and stuff like that to gain line.
Which he was very good at.
Trying to be good at. But I mean, it's easier. I mean, for other guys, when you have the body build of moving from 13, where you're slimmer, to a bigger guys like you and Andre Esterhuizen and all these big boys.
I think for me, like the way you can sum it up in rugby is we're all a bit crazy, but you have to have that heart in you. So sometimes you are going to have to carry the ball into a brick wall. But it's a lot. You can't coach that. So you either have it or you don't. And I think it's easier to coach a guy's skills than to coach a guy's heart. So
Tika.
Yeah. You need that bit of etter in you. So it's a lot. I think it's a lot easier to coach. You'd rather want a guy that can carry on and try and run through someone, and then you can teach him how to develop his skills
And this guy, he's got some skills, eh? He's been playing first 5-8 as well. Do you know that?
No way.
He's first 5-8. I don't know about the 2 points and the 3 points. We'll speak about that. But I mean, he had a couple of stints at number 10. Can you believe it? Fly off, Doogie?
Yeah, I played a bit of fly off. I think I played once, twice this season. And I played a few times last season as well. This season I had one kick for poles and I missed it, so it's not going very well at the moment.
Ruckus, we will find that kick. We're going to find that kick.
Hey, we have to lift up.
But yeah, last year I had a few kicks and I hit a few nice ones, which was quite nice. But yeah, to be at first 5-8, it's nice because the way we play it in Japan at our club, it's incredible. We like to move the ball. So it's like, for me playing 12, they understand that I sometimes when I have to carry and get at the vantage line, but it's almost like a similar role in terms of 10, in terms of moving the ball. And we have a very good structure, but even when I play 12, sometimes I will slip into 10's role.
Yeah, anyway,
so there's no like
got the skill set.
fixed, like 10 has to be a 10 the whole time. So.
Ruckus, for context, first 5-8, fly off.
Okay.
Second 5-8, inside center. Okay?
Third 5-8, doesn't exist.
Indeed, yeah. Dukes, for you, looking at the season ahead, obviously you're coming from a season into, the international season. 14 games. You guys are starting up and running. A couple of tough games. We're looking at even the 6th of September when it comes to, it's 4 Nations or Rugby Championship as well, end of the year. So how's the season looking? Looking forward to it? Are you Panasonic, Richards?
We still play quite a bit of games there. And we've just had a big two-week preseason now at the Springbok camp. So my body's hurting a bit from that. But besides that, we won't, for me personally, and I know for the rest of the guys in the Springbok setup, we won't look too far ahead. We're obviously playing the Barbarians this week. And if you actually look at the team, they got some big boys there. And I think it's a lot of guys that have played international rugby and have been on the cuffs of international rugby as well. So I think for them, they'll use it as an opportunity to play against the Springboks. Because I don't think a lot of them have played against the Springboks, but for them it will be another challenge. And what better place to do it at Cape Town Stadium?
DHL Stadium. Could have been better at Newlands, but let's not go there.
I might shed a tear on this chat, but we'll take it game by game. We obviously know we got the Italians.
Coming up,
after that for 2 weeks, and then Georgia afterwards, but. Yeah, like I said, we'll take it. We'll enjoy this week and put everything into this week, and then we'll refocus again for Italy in Pretoria.
Exciting
Dukesy,
times,
hailing from Milnerton High School.
Milnerton Missile.
Today we're sitting here 88 test caps. When you were in Milnerton, was that ever a possibility, ever a thing that you believed that you would sit with 2 World Cups, 1 bronze, 2 gold medals, 88 test matches, Milnerton High School, attended UCT.
Big deal.
I didn't attend UCT. I just played rugby for them. I didn't go to class.
Dukes, let me give you a disclaimer. If it says on the rugby CV, UCT, you claim it.
Yes.
So if people ask me, what university did you go to? I was 5 years at UJ.
Yeah. Without the papers? It's UJ.
No papers. UJ alumni.
Throwback Thursdays, eh?
I think about it a lot. Look, I am close to trying to get 100 caps, but I think for me, I said it in the interview last week as well, I've been very lucky in my career. There was a time where I think Juba and Paige, you can agree with me on this part. In 2016 and 2017, we did go through quite a tough time with the Springboks. And I think back then, I think I was only on about maybe 20 caps or maybe less. And I didn't think the way, not just us as a whole, but you think of yourself individual, are you even good enough to play at this level anymore? I didn't think I was up to that level anymore, which was quite tough. But I think and then going back to Milnerton, I remember I was saying to my wife a couple of weeks ago, for me it's so weird because I can still remember clearly I think we played against Berkeley on a Friday night. And my
big local derby in the southern suburbs.
I was under 16 at the time, and Bobby, Mr. Martin from Milnerton High School, he coached me in matric eventually. But he was the under 14 coach at the time, and after we played Berkeley, I think we beat him quite comfortably. He just walked me after the game and he said, "You're going to be a Springbok one day." And for me, that sits with me for a very long time. Obviously, at the time, you're 16 years old, you don't believe it. You just think,
really hope for it.
You're like, thank you, but you don't think anything of it. But that's one thing that sits in my mind. Obviously, in sport, you need a lot of luck as well. We obviously work very hard. You worked very hard and you worked very hard, but you also need a lot of luck. And I think to get to 88 caps, you need to work flipping hard, but you also need a bit of luck. And I've been quite lucky in my career. But I'll try to use that luck to my advantage, and hopefully I'll get to 100 caps. But I know for me, in my heart, I've had a lovely career and I've enjoyed myself immensely.
Yeah, what happens, happens.
So if it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen. I'm at peace with it. if it does happen, it'll be a great celebration. But I'm not gonna. I think for me, I can't define myself to get to 100 caps to define my career and make it that if I didn't get there, then my career wasn't that great. I think I've had an incredible career and I've had lots of fun, especially off the field.
Yeah.
I've got some great memories.
It's the best fun, eh?
We won't go into too much detail of that, but I've had an incredible time. I know I still got 2 more years left in me, at least. With
I
my
think
contract
more,
with
but
Japan.
Yeah.
But we'll just take it as it comes, and I'll make sure that I enjoy myself
Be the best you can be.
even more and even more and even more. And because unfortunately, I think you guys still had a lot left in you, but maybe you decided to go another route
When
like you did.
opportunities, yeah.
And no one can play rugby forever. So I know I am still very lucky to be playing. So I'll just make sure that I enjoy it as much as I can with all the hard work involved.
I should have played longer, but the stress is giving me. I should have.
Look, the second wife.
Look, I would love to play longer, but I'm going to be honest, partner. If I look Saturdays when we sit next to the field at test matches
At like sheer.
and how they fly into the rucks and tackles, then I'm like, how they yell?
Did we do it?
Did you do it? Because that impact, you can physically hear the clash. Wow, it's good. Then I'm like, it's maybe not that bad sitting next to the field doing broadcasting, like Scala said in the episode. No pain, no pain.
Yeah.
So,
that is where we are at, yeah. But that's, for me personally as well, I mean, once you're in the situation, in the game, you don't feel it at all. You feel it maybe on a Sunday morning, but you don't feel it at all. But Duxie, let's talk about, you speak about, chasing that dream, the green and gold dream. I assume it was the dream always. Yeah. But like when you started, you went to Hamilton's and then you got the opportunity at UCT, but then also they don't want to release you and you said you wanted to go to UCT. And that year, I think it's 2012, where everything just kick-started, incredible UCT Varsity Cup and then incredible 2012 Curry Cup and those type of things. That journey and you saying, listen here, guys, I need to take this Varsity Cup and make it an opportunity to achieve the things I want to achieve.
Yeah, I think for me it started in high school. So unfortunately, I failed grade 11 the first time. And then my dad said, I will stay in school until I finish matric. And I was like, okay, let me just focus.
You see, finish? Okay.
Focus for 2 more years and I can get this stuff over and done with. And then in 2010, I went for under-19 Western Province Curry Cup trials. And I was still in the under-19 cricket setup. And to play Western Province under-19 cricket. So I was like quite busy throughout the whole week. And but once I made the under-19 Western Province Curry Cup under-19 team, I said, I think my heart is set on rugby. And then from there it just went and it snowballed. I went to Rugby Castile,
the RPC?
to RPC in 2011. And then from there I went to UCT, and they didn't want to release me. They said, no, I had another year left on the contract, whatever. And my dad actually had to pay me out of the contract. There was an actual contract, but they didn't want to release me. And then they released me on the Monday morning of the first Varsity Cup game. And I've paid my dad back. So
yes,
I think it's all well done.
In the ends, okay? That one's the ends, okay?
So it's all worked out, and it's been an incredible journey. But I'm grateful that I had the opportunity to play on TV in the Varsity Cup. I think that opened up a lot of doors for me because I think there were other teams trying to look to sign me already from the Varsity Cup. And then I think even then my heart was set on just staying in Western Province and trying to get through the system. Obviously I missed out on the school systems, but it's a lot different after school.
So Duxie, no Craven Week, no underground Como, nothing?
No, nothing. I just played under 17 Province cricket. I played that week in, I think 2008 it was. 2007, 2008. And that was enjoyable. I think I played one game there and I only bowled about 4 or 5 overs. So I think I was a bit frustrated with that part as well. But yeah, I think, like I said earlier, you need a lot of luck in everything you do. And sometimes you just need to ride it. And I think I've ridden it,
And to be absolutely clear, it's not part of my research yet, Dukes. 2012, you made your debut against us at Newlands. Am I right when I say that?
Yes, yeah.
You scored.
I came off the bench. I was on the wing.
Yes, I think you
yeah.
scored a try that evening as well.
Yeah, my head was strapped as well.
Yes.
Yeah.
And they celebrated again, Ruckus.
And you missed the tackle. Who missed the tackle?
No.
Okay.
Why is your seatbelt
No,
off?
I'm just asking because it's good. Is it good or bad memories?
Those bad memories.
Yeah.
I've got 0 good memories at Newlands. No good memories. I think it was 6 years in a row that we lost against the Stormers.
I can humbly say, like when I was at Western Province and Stormers, I don't think when I was playing we ever lost to the Bulls at Newlands, which is a very nice record.
Yeah.
And that's like, obviously I'm very good friends with Lotte Jach and Andre Pollard.
Yes.
But I just turn the screw on them all the time and just make sure they remember they didn't beat us at Newlands ever. So.
Yeah.
Wow.
They know they're sitting with Super Rugby title, but that's okay, yeah. Dude, so when you got to the Stormers in Western Province, I mean, you got there, youngster, looking at what you want to achieve, but also there was guys like John de Villiers were there at the States. I mean, Bragi, I think myself, Jack Fourie was there before as well. How did you see yourself, trying to get yourself into the centers and trying the best you can be, or did you just...
It's so hard to think of it back then, but it's just like you just want your chance and you're waiting for your opportunity. And then I think about it a lot. I used to get very frustrated when I didn't play. But growing up, I understand it. Like the coaches, obviously, not to say they have the favours, but they back the experience a lot more because you need experience. And I've learned that as well in rugby. You need to go through the hardships and learn how to deal with certain scenarios, which Sean and yourself are very good at. And I learned a lot through you guys, especially like growing up in the older part of my career. And it's become more like clear and understanding to me that how good you guys were, not just like taking care of your own position, but looking after the rest of the team as well.
The leading, yeah. And we also speak about, just you into that setup with these boys and achieving all these type of things, especially from a 12's point of view, and you played wing a little bit as well. That mindset you had to have, and even the challenges as well, because when you started, I can still remember the critics. What was your mindset with the critics? Because the critics who used to say, listen, Damian doesn't pass, or he's doing this on social media and stuff. How did you handle that type of vibe? Just the critics?
There were some people even saying, I won't even pass him the salt on the table and stuff. So. But obviously that's challenging when you're a bit younger. So obviously you take it personal, take it to heart, and it frustrates you and it irritates you, but you can't do anything about it because you have to play a role in terms of you are like a leader for young boys, and you can't snap back at anyone, which I did at one part of my career. But for me, I don't think it was that bad. Obviously, it might have been bad in terms of the rugby community, the way we handle ourselves in terms of sportsmanlike and compared to other sports. So. Yeah, it was, for me, it was very challenging. Obviously, like now, obviously being a bit older and having gone through a lot.
Yeah, you let it slide.
I like to read the comments. I find it very funny. Because like my dad and myself were chatting in Japan one day, and he just reminded me that fans are very fickle. So one day they love you, you'll get mad at the match, and then the next day you might throw a crap pass, and then they say, no, you must go.
Hy's klaar.
And he's finished. It's time to get this guy on the field.
It's so cool to hear that you also read the comments.
Yeah.
Because, buddy, I can't help myself.
I know, because sometimes it is funny. And I think it's funny because some people think they know what you're talking about, and then you realize that they don't actually have any clue of what they're talking about.
But so now I'm asking you this question. So when you read these questions, so good things, do you feel like, I am the man? And when it's negative stuff, you're like down there? Or is it like, when it's good stuff, it's like thank you, and it's negative stuff,
it's probably different now. Back in the day, I was a bit more scared because I was part of that 2015, 16, 17 team where we weren't doing well.
Yeah.
So I would stay away back then from the comments because I know there was a lot of criticism at the time. Yeah. Now, I look at our show's comments or at Supersport and I was like, okay, do people like our content? Are they happy with the show? And then you're like, okay, no, they like this. They like our humor. They like the guest that was on. They like the story of the guest. And then there's 2 or 3 guys that That
talk
would
about
say
your length and stuff.
Oh, my
and your weight.
English. I would say something about my English. And it does affect me enough. I told my wife and I'm like, it shouldn't affect me, Dukes.
shouldn't.
Yeah.
But when I read it,
Yeah. It is tough. It's human nature to get up.
Yeah.
I'm like,
to
yeah,
get a bit irritated
bloody-
and frustrated. But I was the same when I was younger.
Yeah.
Because no one teaches you how to handle that pressure and how to deal with the pressure. And sometimes you have a bad game, but no one teaches you that it's going to be fine. We can get better and progress. You just feel like sometimes you're stuck in a hole and you just trying to get out of it all by yourself, especially when you're a lot younger. But yeah, some of the comments are, I think, some of the people
Nee,
are
nee,
a bit ruthless.
hulle moet seatbelts aan het. Hulle moet seatbelts aan het, ja. Indeed, yeah. Dukes, for you, I mean, we have to talk about support staff as well. You spoke about your dad, but even when I met you as a youngster, it was without your family. You're a man now, you're a father now with 2 kids and married and all that. The support from them, your wife, your family, but also your dad and your brothers as well.
Yeah, my mom and dad helped me a lot. My dad, so when I made the under-19 Currie Cup team in 2010, my dad had to leave work early, fetch me from Milnerton, drive me to Stellenbosch for training. It was, I think, 3 times a week. And then Mr. Martin, Bobby used to take me sometimes as well, which was quite nice of him. So, but my mom's played a massive role in my life, and my brother as well. He's helped me a lot. There were times I was off the rails, but he always stuck by me and he made sure that I was fine. So, and yeah, but yeah, what was the question again? Sorry.
No, it's about the support staff.
But my wife and kids. Yeah, I got married almost 2 years ago now, which has been incredible. We were very lucky. I think we were only dating for about, I think, not even 2 years yet, and we had, and then Dom fell pregnant. But she told me she was pregnant, she was crying, she was worried, and I just like laughed and I was like, I'm not stressed because you're the person I want to be with. So for me, I was very comfortable. Obviously, being a dad is
just a different league. Huh?
But yeah, she's been flipping incredible. She's helped me grow a lot. And now we have the most amazing and beautiful kids.
Yeah, boy and a girl, eh?
Yeah, we got
the pigeon pair.
Yes.
But yeah, I think for now we will give it a break.
Yeah.
That was my, I have a follow-up question.
Why? Leave the late night stuff.
and is Doogie a mommy's boy, a daddy's boy?
So when I was growing up, I was a mommy's boy. Gabriel at the moment is like still probably a mommy's boy, which I love, which I think is very cute. And then our daughter Lesia, she's a daddy's girl, which is very, very nice.
So you treat them differently as well?
No, we treat them both the same. Obviously wrestle with Gabriel a bit.
Okay.
Which is quite nice. And then Alessia tries to get involved and she just jumps on me and stuff, which is quite cute. But
so when you wrestle Gabriel, you tell him, Gabriel, best number 12 center in the world.
No, I tell him he's the champion and he's won. Which is pretty cool. And then he just shouts and he's like, no, you're the champion. It's pretty cute. So,
How old is he?
Yeah, he's 4.
Oh, 4.
Now,
yeah, that's the cutest age as well. Yeah. And what do you want, Gabriel? Do you see him as the next Damian de Allende or cricketer or rugby?
IPL money.
Love golf,
you must go make big cash. We work hard in rugby. We don't. And I think we work very hard for what we earn. Obviously, anyone would love to earn a lot more money in rugby. But yeah, for me, Gabriel must just do whatever what makes him happy.
Yeah, that's the most important.
Whether that's sport or he doesn't want to play any sport. But at the moment, he's loving soccer, which is quite nice. I obviously grew up playing a lot of soccer as well before rugby. So for me, if he chooses to do something, I'll make sure that I just support him and do whatever I can the way my parents did for me. So
That's cool, man. Duke, Damian de Allende, the father, the husband, now sitting with 2 World Cups. It's flipping awesome. But what do you think would Damian de Allende have been? Have he not been the rugby star, sitting with 88 test matches, what profession would Dukes have?
What's in there?
Your choice, and then I want to ask him what he think he would have done as he not become...
In sport or general?
In general. Maybe a plumber, maybe a CA, maybe whatever.
Plunger.
Plunger key. What do you think Dukes would have been if he had other career or other profession apart from rugby?
It's a tough one, but I mean, playing with him and stuff like that, I could see maybe a director of some company of a director of rugby.
Okay.
Because he used to put me Juba a bit wider, Juba out the back, Juba do this. So that's maybe something we can look at if it's not sports stuff.
I'm gonna throw
otherwise
a curveball.
it would have been PGA golf. Huh?
I want to throw a curveball.
Golf would be lovely. Eh? I'll take golf.
Yeah, travel the world.
It took us one day. I think I went with Leggett, and he took us to a bar in Milnerton. There was I'm not too sure, there's by the island thing. It's close to Milnerton Golf Club. And he took us to a bar there. And if I would have made a prediction, Raka, saying if there was another profession, he would have been the owner of a restaurant that would have served fish and chips with a long Stella beer.
The Portuguese.
Portuguese, there we go. Come on, Faisals.
Where do you see 2020, 30? Let's call it that.
So just like going back a few weeks again, as my wife and I were talking about it, I think she's not worried about it, but she's like trying to get like an idea of what we can do after I retire. But I just said to her that I have 2 more years left in Japan, and for me, I'll just stay in the now and just enjoy my rugby as much as I can. I'm not gonna think too far ahead and dwell on the future, because no one knows what the future holds anyway. So, which is quite nice. So I think for us, we'll just stay in the now, and I'll just stay in the now and enjoy the moments while I can. And I think when the time comes, I'll have a better idea and just take something with my stride first, and then because for me personally, there's nothing that's set in stone that I want to do after rugby.
Yeah.
So,
there was one thing I should have added: model.
Oh yeah,
with
fair
that
enough.
hair, with that eyes, with that body, with that six pack. Why not?
Fair enough.
That's
a good
something
point.
you enjoyed, the runway. No?
Yeah, I did my fair few bit of shoots, which people weren't happy with either. I did one shoot and I was wearing like a big coat and my rugby boots in it.
Okay,
and then someone commented, it's actually a guy I was in high school, which was quite funny. He said, when you got to work at 9, but you have a kick-off at 3 o'clock.
He's not the boy, these comments.
Yeah.
Dude, just one thing as well. I mean, you're inspirational for a lot of youngsters out there. I mean, coming from Milnerton, starting from the bottom, and now you're here type of vibe. I mean, you didn't play this, Cranbeck and stuff like that. It's just words for the youngsters out there that kind of sitting there in Milnerton, trying to achieve the things that you want to achieve, that maybe also want to become a Springbok or anything in life that you feel like could add value to them.
For me, it's quite hard to say, but obviously there's a lot of hard work involved. But I also think you have to have your mind set on what you actually really want to do. Because sometimes people go, I want to become a rugby player, or I want to study law, and then they study law for 5 years and they end up working somewhere else and they have another job. So for me, I knew that I wanted to play rugby, and obviously we worked flipping hard and we gave everything. So, and then for me as well, when the opportunity comes, because you've worked so hard and because you know what you want, you're ready and you can take that opportunity. So I think for me, when the opportunity came, I was ready because I knew that I wanted to play rugby, and I knew how hard I had worked to get to where I am, and I understood that. And then I could just be myself and almost play my natural game, which was quite nice. Yeah.
Just follow your passion and work hard.
Yeah.
Be the best you can be. Yeah. Just so inspirational for all of them, But before we say goodbye, partner, okay, and this thing we don't give it to anyone.
Yeah. But have fun.
Yes.
With a 2-time World Cup winner. Come on.
It's a time to roast the host, okay? Let's give this to the big man over here.
Yes.
Okay, partner, you're going to start it off, okay?
Okay. So, Doogie, how it works is we ask a question, roast the host, and you obviously flip to whichever one you pick. So, that is Paige. Other side is some guy with an afro that...
And no feelings will be heard over here,
Okay. First question is, if you had to get into a taxi, who would you want the taxi driver to be? Come on! Come on!
Indeed, yeah. Dude, see, the other one is if you had to choose one of us to babysit the little ones, huh?
Yo, that's a tough one.
Who's got that? Who's got that leadership? Who's got the control?
Damn it, Dukes, we in trouble. Dukes, we in
I
trouble.
don't know what
boykie.
you're gonna expect when you get home.
Okay, next one is you are running a company. You need a CEO
Direct.
of the company. Who are you picking to run your company?
Yes. He knows.
I know that because I've played with Johan a lot. And he's been my captain playing for a very long time. So I understand the qualities, yeah. So.
Nice.
Okay. We'll see.
Okay,
We'll see.
I'm
Indeed. Yeah. Dukes, I've got one over here. If you had to spend 24 hours handcuffed to one of us, what would you enjoy? There we go. So
Dukes!
It's okay.
I played a lot of rugby with him. So
Yeah, he knows.
Great company.
I'm a good boy. I control things a little bit better. Maybe.
I think my arm might get sore from all his dance moves and stuff.
Yeah,
I might have to change my mind.
Next one, okay? Golf. You have to pick one partner to play golf with. I didn't even finish my question and he gave the answer already.
He like
Paisy
that.
for the win. Okay, 14 handicap currently and I took his money not too long ago.
Hey, stay humble indeed, yeah. Okay, obviously we spoke about the modeling days. Okay, if one of us, barbershop, had to cut your hair, who would you trust? Yes. Yeah,
I actually went with, I think it was 2013, went on Super Rugby tour and I went with Alton and Juba in Auckland.
Yes.
But
When they
did he not
cover-
have the line?
No, I think they got stars.
The Adidas. I will find a photo of that. Crazy days. Hey, we love it, man.
Doogie,
Yes.
honestly,
Ah,
thank
wow.
you so much, man.
Yeah, thank you very much for having me.
Yes.
I've wanted to be on for a long time now. So yeah, thank you for
Yeah, thanks.
always making the time for me to come on. I really
No,
appreciate
anytime,
it.
man. When you're free, you're more than welcome. I mean, you're inspirational to a lot of these youngsters. You've done a lot of things. I mean, since day one with me, when I got to know you the first time, you've done a lot of great things. And I mean, from my side, I'm proud of you, of what you've achieved, the man you actually have become, especially for your family, for your wife and your kids as well. But just also, following your dreams, even though you get these people in your ears and negativity and stuff, you just keep on chasing forward. And I mean, a lot of credit, actually, you spoke about it, must go to Sir Martin, giving those wise words and trying to push you, but just the hard work and the stuff you've done. Really proud of you and thanks for making the time. We appreciate it, yeah. We get him again.
And hopefully soon we can have a beer together again.
Yeah.
That would be really
a
nice.
4-ball or 3-ball.
And maybe 6 beers on the course.
Yeah,
Six
so
beers.
Behind the Ruck versus Damian de Allende and
Must be Lord
don't
of
step on toes.
No, Andre Pollard. I normally play golf with him on tour. So yeah.
Okay, so it's
would be
not
nice.
3 points, it's a hole in one.
Buddy. Wait, before you say,
Three
who said
parts.
I'm selecting you as my partner?
Hey, oh no, you're like this, eh? Is this the last episode 1 and 2?
Ruckus is
No
known
more
as,
episodes.
he's known as the ATM on the golf course. Okay, he keeps on paying.
Yes, so this guy, hey. Thanks, Dukes, I really appreciate
Thank you
it.
very much.
Hey, guys,
Thanks.
That's Damian de Allende, guys. Cheers.
Doogie boy in the building.
Fabulous.
No, it's lekker to catch up with the man. Obviously, he's doing some great work. I mean, enjoying life in, Konnichiwa.
Yes, Panasonic boy. I know a lot of Cape Town guys watching this episode today. Obviously, there was a few weeks ago the statement of Doogie saying that home is where he loves Cape Town. The Stormers people want him back. I don't know, but you guys have just signed Ruan Ackerman, so well done, Stormers people. Okay, enjoy that.
It's 1 for 1. It will be lekker. Okay, Andre Pollard to the Bulls, to the Lofters. Damian de Allende coming back to us, eh? You like that?
I like it. I like it, and you always want players to come back to South Africa. So
It's lekker to see the best of the best in our country. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Lekker to catch up. But let's get to fixtures.
Yes.
Interesting stuff. Okay, we're going to start off. It's Western Force versus the British and Irish Lions. It's showtime at Optus Stadium, 12 a.m. on Saturday. And also when it comes to Wednesday, it's Reds versus the Lions at 12 a.m. Okay, cracker games coming up. So that's their season up. And also looking at the top 14 final. Toulouse, not to win, Toulouse versus Bordeaux at 9 o'clock on Saturday. Let's get to BNI in Australia. Let's go down under, mate.
Paddy, I don't know how you feel looking at that past weekend's game against Argentina, British and Irish Lions obviously did most of played most of the rugby, but Argentina just used their opportunities absolutely fantastic. Brilliant tries of turnover attack, the one just before halftime, that the fly-off score.
Sure. It's beautiful tries. Can I say it like that?
It is fantastic
attacking
tries.
rugby. Credit must go to Felipe Contoponi.
Yes.
Yeah. And I mean, I've said it as well. Before the game, I was like, British and Irish Lions plus 15. And Argentina said, no, don't cry for me. They showed them a thing or two. But the way they're playing, I mean, they're interacting with the forwards and the backs. They're putting them under pressure, loose balls, chasing the loose, the unseen work like we spoke about as well now. I mean, the Tristan Colby, what do you call it always when you chase down loose courses? What do you say? Those type of
Lost courses.
Lost courses. And that's what you saw from Argentina. Desperate team backs against the wall. They saw the lineup and they'd be like, Finn Smith, and it's big names. And if you look at that center combination, groot wonder.
But did you pick up anything different from the way Argentina attack and the way, let's say, the British, Irish and Lions Island attack and those sort of things?
Yeah, so the British and Irish Lions is similar to what the Island vibe is, and especially with the Northampton Saints. And if you look at the 9s and 10s, it's the Northampton Saints type of vibe. Out the back to 12, out the back. But for the Argentinian team, it was more about the keeping the ball alive, getting into Spain, finding space. If there's a loose ball, it's putting pressure on defense, okay, when the kick receives and kick off and stuff like that. But it's the loose balls. Whenever there's a loose ball and a loose ball opportunity, to counter-attack.
And for you as an attacking coach, because what I could pick up is their pass of 9 was a lot longer, and then they played a flat ball outside the third defender.
Argentina.
Yes.
So to creep up, especially to tighten up the first 5 defenders, to create that space. So if you do make that long ball, okay, it's important for that third defender to be nice and quiet and still, because if he does get momentum, you can't get the fault around the corner, and that gets him on top. So it's interesting to see what Felipe Contoponi is doing at the moment, and I was surprised actually the way they're attacking, the way they're defending, the way they're playing. Look at that stadium. I mean, 80,000 people in Dublin, backs against the wall. No one is backing them at all to show that piece. It's unbelievable to see.
Look, the Argentina, are we getting stuck on this a little bit too long, probably, Ruckers, but they are the one team whose players are used to playing away from home. They're either playing the rugby in Europe
or playing in
all of them. Most of them are playing either Europe, top 14, URC. So they are used to not playing in front of their home crowds, not playing in Argentina. So you could see that, but I was extremely impressed. For any youngsters out there, what's their ability to pass? Don't look at the physical size. I know there's a big emphasis on development is now in the gym, not on the field anymore. Look at their passing. Fabulous passing,
skill,
transfers in front of the players, snappiness of their hands, how slow their feet was, excellent to watch. Argentina really enjoyed it.
Yeah.
British and Irish must get up for it at Optus Stadium.
Hey, they're taking that momentum to Australia. What are we saying? Okay, we obviously spoke about a couple of weeks ago that we think is going to be, or I think is going to be a 2-1 for Australia. What do you think with that momentum? What will happen, especially with the first 2 games? Western Force was looking good in Super Rugby. Reds
was looking good. Western Force on and off. So I really think the Lions are going to come out firing. Hopefully the guys that obviously had a rest because they played finals a week ago will be up for selection this week. Finn Russell, Jamison Gibson Park, maybe pick one of Aki or Sione to Plotu, not picking them together.
Yeah. They have to play with the combination, Sione and Hugh Jones. Bandi Aki and Ringrose. It's about, you can't have 2 bulldozers. You need to bulldoze and an elusive guy on the outside and guys that's making good reads and understand the game and stuff like that. So,
but hindsight, is it also they've always, the first time 2 bulldozers are playing together, do you allow it more time?
For it to work, it needs more time. But I don't think it did work actually this past weekend. They had one opportunity where Bandi Aki scored, a couple of soft touches. But if it takes about 3 to 4 games for them to gel. And I mean, with even like Damon would understand that as well, and Sintis would understand, a combination is different to 2 individuals playing good rugby. I mean, Sione and Hugh Jones were 2 combinations that played well together, that can feed off each other. That you had your Conrad Smith and your Mahan Nonu combination. Even John and Jacques was that type of vibe as well. But yeah, it's going to take time. I don't know if they have time. Playing every 3 days, hey... Interesting one coming up. Are we still sticking 2-1 to Australia? Where is your head at?
I'm still on the fence. Unfortunately, partner. I'm gonna wait and make that call later on. But I do believe the British and Irish Lions will be too strong for the Western Force this upcoming Saturday.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Especially with the backlash they're trying to have after the Argentina game. So that's going to be a lekker one to look out for. But I'm going to stick to my 2-1. Obviously, it's a gut feel that I have. I think Australia will find their mojo. Because if you look at any international team, once you had a shocking last season or a previous season, it's always a good... It's usually 90% of the time they will have a better second season. So we'll have to see and wait what's going to happen over there.
Oh, perfect, Ruckus. And obviously, thank you for tuning into another week of Behind the Ruck. We are proudly supported by SuperSport Bet, okay? Download the app, get your skin in the game, make the switch right now. Obviously, as you guys can see, we're wearing Macron. That's our apparel sponsor. They're also sponsoring the Barbas upcoming weekend, okay? So check it out, okay? We won't be wearing Barbas clothing this Saturday, but they're the apparel sponsor. Mountain Falls for being on board with the waters. Guys, please like, share, and subscribe. Do your thing.
Yeah.
Exciting things for this show coming up, okay?
A lot of things coming up, okay?
Exciting
and don't
things.
miss a thing, okay? It's pre-show, it's fan frenzy, it's your results and your review type of vibes, okay? So yeah, we're gonna do our part. Do your part. Like, share, and subscribe. I'm watching you, Roofkijker. I'm watching you. Yeah.
Ruckus, I'm Rudy Pay.
Hey, and I'm Juan de Jong.
And the Ruck is clear.
Bye-bye. See you
Next week.